Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we'll be looking into the 28th hadith, which is regarding Zakaat al-Fitr. And Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma qala, farada Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Zakaat al-Fitr sa'an min tamrin aw sa'an min sha'irin ala al-abdi wal-hur wal-dhakari wal-untha wal-saghiri والكبير من المسلمين وأمر بها أن تؤدى قبل خروج الناس إلى الصلاة متفق عليه. Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam obligated Zakatul Fitr as 1 sa'a of date or 1 sa'a of barley upon every free individual and slave, every male and female, and every young and old from the Muslims. He ordered that it will be given before the people go out to the salah. Mutafaqun alayh, agreed upon hadith, which is in Bukhari and Muslim. So the Shaykh, he brings 5 points through this hadith as evidence. So he says this hadith is evidence regarding the obligation of Zakat al-Fitr for the young and the old, the male and the female, the free and the slave from the Muslims. So young and the old, male and the female, free and the slaves. So these are the types of Muslimin. It is purification for the fasting person from anything that spoils his fast and decreases his rewards. This is the second point. So by giving Zakatul Fitr, you are purifying from the spoils that happened in the fast and the decreases in the reward. The third point that he brings is that it is also feeding the poor on the day of joy and happiness. And the fourth evidence he derives from this is that it displays the distinct traits of generosity and equality, and it shows gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His blessings and of completing the fast and standing in the salah at night and for doing what was made easy of the righteous deed. This is the fifth evidence that he takes to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the Shaykh, he says that the measurement of Zakat al-Fitr is 1 sa'a of the staple food, the food, which could be wheat, barley, dates, raisin, cottage cheese, rice, and what is common in the land. What is equal to that from the general food of the land. And the measurement of sa'a is equal to the 2 and a quarter kg, which is 4 handfuls of food. So 4 handfuls of food is equal to 1 sa'a. So it comes to around 2 and quarter kg. So the second point of benefit that Shaykh brings is, it is given in the land that the person is in at the end of Ramadan and before Salatul Eid. So the first is the amount. What is the amount you need to give? The second benefit that he derives from this is that it should be given before Salatul Eid. At the end of the Ramadan, before Salatul Eid. This is the best. It is permissible to give it ahead of Eid by a day or two, according to the actions of some of the Sahaba. So you can give it a day or two before the Eid. There is no harm in it. But the best is to give it just before the Eid, before the Eid prayers. Sorry. Abu Dawud said that I heard Ahmed when he was asked about Zakatul Fitr before the Salah, before the prayers. He said, كان ابن عمر يخرجها قبل الفطر بيوم أو يومين وهو الذي روى الحديث. So Abu Dawud, he said that he heard Ahmed say that كان ابن عمر يخرجها قبل الفطر بيوم أو يومين وهو الذي روى الحديث. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma used to give it before al-Fitr by a day or two, and he is the one who narrated the hadith. Which hadith? The hadith that we began this lesson with. So his understanding, his fiqh of the hadith was that you could give it a day or two before. So this is what Abu Dawud is trying to explain. So the third point that the Shaykh brings is, if a person did not know that it was Eid until after the Salah, or if it was time, if the time to pay it came and he was outside of his land, meaning you have to give it in your land. He is out of his land and he was not in a position to pay. So there are two things. Either he thought that he did not know that it was Eid until the prayers. So until the prayers were announced for the Eid, he did not know that it was Eid day. Or he was not in a situation, he was out of his land, he was not in a situation to pay. Or in a land that there is no deserving, then in this case it is permissible for him to give it after the salah. It is an exception for him. It is an exception for him. So he can call someone and make him wakil to give the Zakaat al-Fitr on his behalf if he is not in a situation to give, as mentioned by the Shaykh. It is not permissible to give its value instead of food according to one of the two statements because it is in opposition to the text. Now this is an issue which happens every Eid. Should we give its value or should we give it as food? So the Shaykh is saying it is not permissible to give its value instead of the food according to one of the two statements, which is in opposition to the text. The text talks about what? To give food. And the text also talks about what? The types of food. It did not say give this food, and give money, right? So the text talks about food and the types of food. So now the Shaykh is saying it is not permissible to give the value. It's important to focus on the words of the hadith. Abu Dawud, he said, it was said to Ahmad while I was listening, can it be given in darahim, that is money? He said, أخاف ألا يجزئه خلاف سنة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. خلاف سنة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أخاف ألا يجزئه, meaning I fear that won't suffice him. خلاف سنة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, it is in opposition to the sunnah of Allah's Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is mentioned in the book Masail al-Imam Ahmad by Abu Dawud. This is a book by Abu Dawud which is talking about Masail related, documented by Imam Ahmad. Masail al-Imam Ahmad. So a person, he brings the fifth point, which is a person should give it on his own behalf and on behalf of those whom he is obligated to spend on, such as his wife and children, if they are not able to give it on behalf of their own selves. But if they are able to, then they give it. Then they give it. This is because they are addressed in the order as in the previously mentioned hadith of Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu. So not just yourself, your whole family members, you give it, whether it's children, of wife, you give it. If they are able to give it on their own, then they should give it. Or else you are responsible for it. The sixth point that the Shaykh brings is, it is sunnah to give it out on behalf of the unborn baby who has completed 4 months. Why 4 months? Because the soul has been bred into the unborn baby in 4 months. That's the reason why he is alive, basically. So you count him in Zakaat al-Fitr. So it is sunnah to give behalf of the unborn baby who completed 4 months. The seventh benefit is the person must make sure that the recipient is deserving of it. So whom you are giving, he should deserve the Zakaat al-Fitr, because it is from the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has become the habit of some people to give his zakah and zakat of his family to a specific person for some reason. This is not permissible, for zakat is the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and favoritism is not permissible in it. It could be that the person's condition changed and he became undeserving of it. So you should check the condition of the person. If his conditions have changed, then you seek the person who deserves it. The eighth benefit the Shaykh brings is, it is permissible for the poor person, if he receives Zakaat al-Fitr from another person, to take it and pay it on behalf of himself or anyone of his family, if he made sure of its measurement. Meaning, if he took Zakaat al-Fitr and what suffices him is there, and he has more of it, let's say, so he can give it out of in Zakaat al-Fitr, as Zakaat al-Fitr on his behalf and his family's behalf. The ninth benefit that the Shaykh brings is, it is not permissible for a person to give what is lowly in zakat. Give of good quality, because Allah is good and only accepts what is good. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu anfiqu min tayyibati ma kasabtum wa mimma akhrajna lakum min al-ard wa la tayammamu al-khabitha minhu tunfiquna wa lastum bi'akhidhihi illa an tughmidu fihi wa'lamu anna Allaha ghaniyyun hamid. Which means, O you who believe, spend of the good things which you have legally earned, and of that which have produced from the earth of you for you, and do not aim at that which is bad to spend from it, though you would not accept it unless you close your eyes and tolerate therein. Meaning you will not accept it yourselves. And know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is rich, free of wants, and worthy of all praise. This is the verse of Surah Al-Baqarah, and Allah knows best. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة واغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولجميع المسلمين. O Allah, grant our souls piety and purify them, for you are the best one who purifies them, and you are the protector and their master. O Allah, make the end of all our matters good, and save us from disgrace in this world and from the punishment of the hereafter, and forgive us our parents and all the Muslims. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.